The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast.
Yeah.
What up? Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah,
And I'm DatKilla Chris. What up, y'all?
and we are here with a on a beautiful day
with a-
with a I don't know. We're here with a zong that's almost empty. I'm gonna need to repack
Oh, yeah,
this.
I got my Gatorade.
I have a Red
Got my
Bull.
knife.
We're here with knives and Gatorades and Red Bulls.
I always carry it, man. You know, it's just a habit. So-
You know what? Check this out.
Oh, you got. Oh,
I got mine,
what
too.
What you think? I got.
Oh,
Snap, son.
Are we about to have a knife fight?
No.
Okay,
no.
good.
I don't want to hurt you, Mikey.
That was almost dangerous.
It almost got deadly for a second.
Almost. So Chris and I just got done watching this very informational video that Travis O'Gwyn put out from
Man,
Strange
he's
Music.
a boss, dude.
Shout out to Travis.
Yeah, shout out to Travis, man. Much love for fucking Natural Habitat, dude.
He
you
fucking-
fucking kicking ass over there.
This video was ridiculous. This guy is just a fucking monster of
a
a business
beast.
mogul.
Dude, you fucking don't want to get in his way at all. And if you do, let it be on good terms.
You don't want to be J-Rock, that's for sure.
You don't want to fucking be on his bad side at all, man. Because but he has a lot of information, man. Like he has a lot of knowledge that we can soak up in anybody, man. You can just learn so much from the music business from just listening to a 25-minute video of him talk. You know,
Yep.
it blew my mind on just half the shit that he said.
Yep. It was crazy, man. It was very, very informative.
Yeah,
Very dope.
definitely, man.
So, anyway, we are here to talk today about a special subject.
Yep.
I have my friend Chris here, and Chris, you were in the United States Marine Corps, correct?
That's right.
At the age of
19.
At the age of 19.
I'm wearing the t-shirt right now, USMC.
And
Olive drab, you know, standard issue.
standard issue.
It is.
Olive draft.
Well, the olive drab is like the standard color you wear under your camouflage uniform, you know.
So it's the right color and everything.
Yeah.
See, because I'm not in the military, and a lot of our listeners might not be. So
We might have a couple. Shout out to those in the military, man.
so
Much
thank
love.
you for explaining that what olive draft was, because I
Olive
didn't
drab.
understand. Olive drab.
Yeah, it's
That
olive
makes sense.
drab.
All right, that makes more
It's like
sense.
a off color, like almost like a Italian olive color.
Yeah. So you were stationed in Iraq?
I was stationed. My base was Camp Pendleton, but then I got deployed to Iraq.
All right. And
But I've been stationed, at a lot of places, man, from everywhere from the East Coast and back, and overseas.
and let's see. What's the best way to go into this?
There ain't no really easy way to go into it, man. It's just a rough subject all around.
A lot of people like yourself that come back from fighting abroad, fighting a war and
Yeah,
whatever.
over in theater.
You deal with a lot of things that go around post traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah,
And it's
it's
a
a
very
real subject, man.
it's a very common thing that happens. It's not like cancer, where sometimes you'll get post traumatic stress disorder. Like, this shit fucks people's heads up.
Yeah, definitely. Unless you're already fucked up in the head and that's just you're just a serial killer like fucking American Psycho, then you're gonna have some fucking issues, man.
Yeah,
You know?
and recently, not recently, for a while, you've been having issues.
9 years.
And recently, you've kind of opened up about these, and it's not that you were, like, you talked about it, you weren't being secretive, but you kind of were keeping
didn't really
a lot,
go into detail.
Yeah, you were keeping
know?
a lot inside and weren't really getting into it, and now you're kind of opening up, and we're on this mission to find help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it took me a minute to find my comfort zone and be comfortable talking about it, and it took me about 8 to 9 years to just be able to even tell people like what I did, and like because when everybody asks, I just give them a general like, yeah, man, I did that. Oh, did you kill people? Yeah, man. You know, it comes with the job. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I would say. Like, and it took me a long time to like actually like get into detail of like what I did and like get it out of me, because it eats me alive a lot, man. Like, it's hard. It takes a toll on my body and my mind, physically and psychologically.
Yeah, and it's not to sound too conspiracy theorist, but there are things when you're in the government that people have, you know, that you do that's off the books, that isn't, you know, part of regular public missions. Shit,
a lot of that shit's classified, man. Like,
shit that's a little shady. You know what I mean?
Well, like, see, my job was I did weapons, man. I fixed weapons, and I was an armorer. In the Marine Corps, they call it 2111 was the job title. Infantry weapons repairman. And then like, since I deal with weapons and a lot of like new shit that came out, rockets and special technology and shit that we started developing when I was in there, that I would see come to my unit. I had a top secret clearance, you know? So like, it was cool, man. At 19, I had a fucking top secret clearance. Like it doesn't mean like I can go into like classified areas and shit, you know, that like people misconstrued the meaning of top secret, you know.
Yeah,
it's like certain things, not everything you do is top secret. There's only certain things that are,
you get a certain level,
you just need that clearance, so when that does happen, you are already cleared for it. You don't have to do all the paperwork, because it takes like almost a year for the process to go through, like, and for them to get the background check and everything.
Yeah.
And so like especially, but when I went to Iraq, man, that was like, that's where that shit kicked in. We did a lot of shit that they told us, and it was like, because usually our missions were like on paper, and like we get it, we read it, we sit down, have a briefing about it, what we're gonna do. We're gonna go here. This is what we're gonna do. We're leaving at this time. Our expected time back should be this time. This amount of resistance, whatnot. You know, all the intel that you get, and usually the intel's fucked. You don't really like, it's all fucked up. Whoever is doing intel is just shitty at it, because like we'd always get fucking wrong information. They'd be like, oh yeah, you should only have light resistance when we're getting hit with rockets and shit, you know.
Yeah. And that's a lot to deal with at 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, I spent my 21st birthday in Iraq, man. Like, I joined when I was 19, like at a little bit after I was 19. I was like, May is my birthday. I joined in December, you know, so I was like 19 and a half. And then by the time I went to boot camp, I did my school. I got to my unit. 6 months after I got to my unit, we deployed. So I was only in the Marine Corps for about a year and some change before I hit Iraq, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, damn, I turned 21, and then my 21st birthday was fucked. You know, like, I got shot at and fucking...
Yeah, that's crazy.
The truck in front of us hit a fucking IED and shit. Like, it was just a fucked birthday all around. Like, I had a 20-hour mission, then I had to come back and clean my fucking weapons, clean the vehicles, do laundry, eat, take a shower, shit, fucking... and then get back up and do it again in about 5-6 hours.
Yeah, I feel you, man, because I had to work on my birthday too.
Yeah. It's always
it's not really the same.
Yeah. But a lot of people like make a big deal of their 21st birthday. Oh, I went to the bar and got drunk and this and that, and oh, I fucking was so fucked up on my birthday. It was cool, and I got free shots, and people were buying me this. Like, I didn't have that.
Have that memory.
I was robbed of my 21st birthday. You know.
Yep, the government took it.
Yeah. I ain't tripping though.
But you know, you went and you did this. You did your tour, and you know, you sacrificed a lot, and
9
you know,
months, man.
I'm thankful. Like, you know, thank you for what you did.
Yeah.
You know, you did.
It
you
is
fought,
what it is, man.
You fought for your country, but you know, the thing is that people like to respect soldiers while they're fighting, and then when they're done fighting,
yeah, when they're out there, like, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't care, and that's where, you know, all the homeless vets come from. And everybody's like, yeah, I fought for the country, and nobody really respects that anymore. And
it's true. I don't give homeless people money, but if I see a homeless vet and I'll ask him, I'll be like, what branch are you in? I'll ask him a couple questions that like only military people will know. And you know, if he was in the military, I'll shoot him a couple dollars, $5, whatever I got in my pocket, you know?
Yeah.
I give it only to vets though. I don't give it to homeless people, because homeless people are fucking lazy. Except veterans, because I understand a lot of them have like a Vietnam era and shit and are really fucked up, and they can't, like, nobody's gonna hire them, man, because they're just so like far gone in their disease of PTSD that they can't do nothing with it, you know?
Yeah.
All they can do is go to jail or homeless shelters.
Yep. And it's very unfortunate, and it's kind of it's kind of a stigma that's not really really looked at. It's just ignored, and it happens all the time. And PTSD it's a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to talk about. To say, as a man that served in the military, you have like a tough guy complex. Your mic leaning?
Well, you're I was like fixing it, but
you're almost taught to be
they train you to like have no emotions.
Yeah, you're taught to be like a machine and not a man and not have emotions and all this. So
no fucking conscience, man.
So it's hard for people to come out and talk about that. And you recently, you came to me, you talked to me about this, and
yeah, you're one of my best friends, man. Like
yeah, and I'm glad I could be here for you. And we're looking into all these things, and we found this like this hotline number that was like super fresh that hooked you up with a bunch of shit that we're gonna have in the description.
Yeah.
We found
shout out the number real quick. The crisis line number is 1-800-273-8255, and that is the VA crisis line suicide prevention number. If you ever feel like it is overwhelming or it is too much, man, anybody, do not be afraid to call. Like that was my biggest fear. I didn't want people to label me. I didn't want people to know what I was going through, so I never did it. And I didn't call, and I did try to kill myself a bunch of times. And obviously it didn't work. But I didn't have anybody to turn to, and I didn't want to call that number because I didn't want to be looked at in a certain way, like I was crazy and this and that. So it took me a long time to cope with it and be able to ask for help and reach out to somebody. But don't be afraid to reach out, man. Like,
yep. And then
your life is worth more than PTSD.
Yeah, and I think that helped a lot. Along with we're starting to work out now because that's a big thing. We looked up all these different things,
man.
You got to be active. You got to get out. You got to work out. And
one of the things my doctor told me, he said, what happens when you think? And I was like, well, I think about, this and that, Iraq, and just my time in the military, because a lot of things trigger it, man. Like my everyday life reminds me of the military. The way I act, the way I carry myself, the way I do things. I like things done a certain way, and that's the military way, man. Like, is either this way or the highway, and that's me. And like I constantly remind myself about it, and it kind of fucks me up because like it was a happy part of my life. Like it was a major thing, but it was also, there was some bad times. Not all of it was bad. There was a lot of good times. I fucking partied with some of the best friends I'll ever have in my life. That I went to war with, and like then I can trust in my fucking life. And there's not very many people that you can say that you can trust with your life. Yeah. And I had a group of friends that we were just fucking, tighter than fucking a Speedo on a fucking fat chick's ass,
Yeah. Yeah. And, just, it's like I'm sure that a lot of people that you were there with that you're not in contact with anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately,
are probably going through the same shit that you're going through.
Yeah.
And you with your platform, you're a hip hop artist. You have people listening to your music.
Yeah.
And then with the podcast, you being a co-host on here.
Yeah.
You have these people that are listening to you, and I think that you're doing the world a great service by addressing this and doing something about it and trying to help other people that are in your situation. Because one of the things that I told you was that there's you were talking about the suicide rate for vets.
It's really high, man. Like, I'm not too exactly what the numbers are, but I know it's probably like in the 30 or 40% range.
It's alarmingly high.
Yeah.
And
it's just recently. It's just like in the past 10 years,
But I brought up the fact that there's hundreds of thousands of people that have been to war, gone through the same shit that you went through or worse.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people
and have had your problems and have gotten through it and are now living normal functioning lives.
Yeah, because everybody has their own experience when they go over there, man.
Yeah, and that these are the people that you need to reach out to, just like you eventually will be someone that's in pain can reach out to.
Exactly.
And
like,
you could be
I want
like,
to try to be an advocate for it, man.
Yeah, you could be like, I fucking pushed myself through this.
Exactly. And I never let it beat me. I'm going to beat it, man.
And it's good, people that have, this small spotlight that we do have,
Yeah.
You know, instead of talking about, you know, I'm so hard, I'm so cool, listen to my music.
It's
You
just
know,
real
you're talking
shit,
about
man.
this is a real problem that you're having,
Exactly.
and real problems that millions of other people have. You
And
know?
it's like, I feel like, for me, like, I'm starting to incorporate that pain and that emotion I have into my music. And like, I feel like when I write a deep song, like the new one that we're working on, like Soul Search, you know what I'm saying? That is like, that got a lot off my chest, man. Like, it felt like a relief. Like, you know, after I wrote that shit, I was like, whew. And it was like, I remember when I wrote that song, it was back in fucking May something at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was just like laying in bed and to no beat, I fucking just wrote that whole like 16-bar verse just out of like the emotion. I was all pissed off about something, and like you can tell because there's a little political views, there's a little my emotional views. It's like everything is in that song is just like 100% real emotion. You know?
I think that music is like a stress reliever.
Oh, it's a great outlet, man.
And almost like a natural drug, because
yeah.
it's encoded in humans' DNA, like rhythm and like drum beats.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you start beating on a drum
I love that shit.
around a
I'll start
baby,
rapping and shit.
baby will start dancing
moving
to
their
it.
head and,
Yeah.
and wiggling around and shit.
And they'll shake around, and it's just like engraved
You're
in
like
us.
programmed
Yeah.
fucking to like love or like to have some kind of a beat form fucking, you know, happiness.
And that's why I love how there's like a song for everything. There's a songs that'll make you happy, songs that'll make you sad.
A lot of my favorite artists, like the reason why they're my favorite artists is because they have from like real songs to party songs to emotional songs to like get you through shit songs to whatever like type of like feeling you may have, they will have a song for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. That's why they're that's why they're my favorite artists, man.
Someone that's real widespread.
Yeah,
that's
they're
why like
not just one fucking like party and then like get fucked up all the time, like doing some real shit.
Yeah, my favorite rapper of all time is Idea.
Yeah.
And that's
you got
just
a poster
because
up and shit, right?
Yeah, over here.
Yep.
And fucking that's just because all of his songs are like so vast. Like he'll do a song that's just hip hop, like almost like a battle track, like You Can't Fuck With Me,
Yeah.
or the shit. And then he'll do a song that's like really deep about like him dying and like being in purgatory.
Yep.
And then he'll do like a song about a girl, and it'll just be like all these different types of things. Then he'll do like a real deep song about the universe. And
That's
it's
cool,
not
man.
just one style of
That's
music.
that's a
you
good
know?
artist right there.
Like when you buy a Cypress Hill CD, like I love Cypress Hill,
but it's all about weed.
you just get a bunch of songs about smoking weed.
Yeah.
You don't get
know,
any
and
other
that's-
songs
And that's
about
cool
cool
if I
shit.
want to smoke. If I'm like smoking some weed with my friends and like hotboxing the car, or fucking like passing the blunt around at like a barbecue, I'll put a little couple fucking Cypress Hill in the rotation.
Yeah.
You know, but I can't just like constantly listen to that. You know.
That's another one that's like that is Caskey. Caskey does a whole wide variety of music.
he is an amazing artist, man. Like anything that you're feeling, he has a song for that shit.
Yeah.
And that's dope, man. Like especially, I can't wait for his new album to come out, Black Sheep 2.
I'm gonna try to get Caskey on the podcast via Skype. And,
That would be
and
super
do a little
fresh.
do a little interview with him. I mean, might as well hit him up.
Fuck it, why not, man?
I'll give him the minimum podcast appearance fee.
Whatever that may be, you know.
$46.
But yeah, man. There's gonna be links and like you know, in the comments and when we put the podcast up about like where you can go to get help and like and all that shit for PTSD. Contact your local VA. I mean, there's so many different outlets and groups out there, and like you can just go to the VA and they have pamphlets on like and sheets of like individuals that start like PTSD groups. Either you can do with group people or one-on-one. So whatever your choice may be, comfortability.
And the main thing is you know, use technology and social media and
in your advantage.
Yeah, find a group of, you know, people that are ex-soldiers, even just all ex-Marines.
There's hundreds of groups out there
that have PTSD or whatever branch you might be in. And, you know, go find that, join the group, find someone that posts some motivational shit all the time and hit him up and be like, hey, I need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
That guy will talk to you. Like,
you can go to your American Legion, whatever your closest American Legion to you or anything like that around you. They also will provide you with services. Like they have groups and shit and people once a week or twice a week that come by from like that are like professional doctors and shit, and like or just like other Marine service members that went through the same shit that have a group and are advocates and they try to help people. You know.
Yeah. The main things is that you want to find people to talk to.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this shit, and you want to.
Because if you keep it bottled up, man, you're gonna be like me and just drive your fucking self crazy. I've checked myself in numerous times to the fucking VA mental ward because I'm just like I feel like I'm a ship on the roughest of seas with no anchor, like just floating erratically and fucking losing my marbles, man. Like, and I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes, and like I'm on medication, but like fuck, man, like that shit's not enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you need to make the steps to help yourself, and that's what we're doing now is, reaching out to these people, and the main things is talking about it, exercising if you don't already exercise, because that'll get a lot of this aggression out.
Exactly. Go walk around a little bit if you're not a runner, then just go to your local track or park or whatever, do some fucking laps, push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, whatever the fuck you're into, you know what I'm saying? Like, just anything to get your blood pumping and to get yourself busy. Even go play basketball or play fucking whatever sport you like. Get some friends together and go to the park and have a little game. Or hang out with people, have a barbecue at the park with some of your closest friends, and then that way you could feel like you're not alone, man. And that's the biggest thing. When people feel like they're alone, they do stupid shit.
Yeah, when you don't answer your phone and you like get in a shell, you don't go out.
Exactly, man. That's when there's an issue and people tend to off themselves, which is a very fucked up thing, man. And so like I've had a couple friends that got killed over there with me, so it's like it's hard for me sometimes, because like when I start thinking about it, I think about the good times that we had, and then I remember that they're not here no more, and then it just starts other emotions and memories that just keep like further and further sinking myself into this fucking hole that I can't get out of.
Yeah, but then you got to think about other people that were there with you that are fine and are thinking about you and are like, I wonder what Chris is up to.
I wonder, and I like look them up on Facebook and shit, and I can't find them. Like I have their first and last name. I try finding them. Either they don't have a Facebook, or I just can't
You know how it is with people's Facebooks.
Yeah.
Nobody uses their real name anymore.
Exactly. So
Facebook
it's like
can't make me do it.
Yeah. So it's like it's hard for me to find them. And I wish I could. I search for them all the time. Usually like once a week or something. I'll try to like look for them. But fuck yeah, man, I miss them, man. Like I wonder what they're doing and shit. Like. They're my really good friends for a long time.
Yeah, and that's definitely a positive of the military. I mean, war, unfortunately, is inevitable in our day of age. There's going to be armies. There's going to be all of these different groups of people.
There's always going to be something that another country wants, and so they're just going to take it.
And
like a bunch of fucking savages.
And war happens, but I think that there should be more awareness and more support from
when they come back.
Yeah, for people that fight in war, because it's not just, hey, you could have died and you didn't. Thanks for almost sacrificing yourself. It's like you gave up a part of yourself.
Well, you see what happens when you're about to come back and you're over there, right? And like you have about 3 to 4 days left on your deployment, or like a week left, or in that month of your coming back. They send you to a doctor, and this doctor will give you a form front and back, and it's going to have questions like, do you feel like what you did over here is going to make you want to kill yourself, or shit like that, or do you feel depressed, and do you feel like you're going to hurt yourself or somebody else? And if you answer yes to any of those questions, you will be, almost crucified for that shit. They will fuck you up, and they will you will have a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying? So, and the doctor will pretty much tell you, if you want to go home and you don't have any more issues, go ahead and put no on all this shit and sign it. So that and that covers the military's ass, because you filled out this paper
saying that you're fine,
right state of mind, no drugs, no alcohol, that you're saying you're fine and no issues, but in all reality, you just want to go home, and that's why you're signing the fucking paper. They did it to me and my whole unit, and everybody else that went to fucking war, had to sign that stupid fucking paper saying that they were fine and there was nothing wrong with them, so they can go home.
Yeah,
and they tell you, you're not going to go home if you don't sign this paper. We'll send you to Germany, or we'll send you somewhere else where we have the right mental facilities to treat stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's so far away from your family. You're like, fuck, man. Like, are you serious right now? Like, fuck it, I'll sign. Let me go home, man. I've been here for fucking 9.5, almost 10 months. I'm trying to get the fuck home.
Right.
And then they want you to extend and shit for another 6 to 10 months. I'm like, bro, come on, man. I want to go. I just almost got killed a fucking million times. I want to go home, bro.
Yeah.
Before my luck runs out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's fucked up that they trick you into signing that shit.
It's fucked, man. But
but it covers their bases.
And unfortunately, that is the way it is. And then, like, when I came back, I had a lot of issues. I was drinking heavily. I fucking drank about a fifth or more a day of any type of liquor I can get my fucking hands on.
And you haven't been drinking for how long now?
About a year.
Yeah,
the only time I do drink is if I do go to a show, but I only drink beer, no hard alcohol at all. And I'll have like 2 or 3 beers, you know, and that's it. And I'll usually have it with dinner or like before we eat or something. I'll have like a beer or 2 when we eat, and that's it. I won't drink at the show or nothing, you know. So like I've definitely like beat my fucking alcoholism on my own.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the most toughest and roughest thing I've had to do in my fucking life. You know, because I was drinking for 10 years straight, nonstop, all day, every day almost. Before work, during work, after work. I don't give a fuck. Like, I was just slamming on the fucking bottle. I'd have mixed drinks in my fucking cup at work and shit, and then I always be chewing gum.
Yeah, and it's dope because I got to commend you and give you props. Because you quit drinking simply because you didn't like that you were drinking all the time.
Yeah,
I
woke up and like had an epiphany, man. Like no bullshit. I woke up, went to the bathroom, fucking threw up, and then like I looked myself in the mirror and like something like this feeling came over my body, and I was like, man, is this what you really fucking want for yourself? I was like, do you really fucking like waking up like this, feeling like shit, having to fucking go to work, hungover as fuck, throwing up at work? Like, is this really what you want for yourself? And I told myself, I'm like, nah, fuck that. And that day, I didn't touch it again. And I fucking went sober for about 8 months with no alcohol at all. Like, not even at shows or nothing.
Yeah.
Completely sober. And then, like, then my friend was like, hey, man, it's okay to have 1 beer. I was like, yeah, all right. So I have 1 or 2 beers, but that's my max.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I have
and
the limit for myself.
And that's fine because that's an adult, you know?
Yeah.
An adult can have a beer.
Moderation is everything, man.
Yeah, or have a drink with dinner or whatever the fuck. So it's like, I got to give you props because a lot of people have that realization and go, wow, is this what I want to do to myself? No. And then they do it anyway.
Yeah,
that night they're drinking.
To fucking drink and poison themselves.
But you stopped, you know what I mean? And it's like
I had ulcers and shit. Like,
it takes a lot to do that, you know?
It does,
like
man.
I quit smoking for 7 months and then started again.
And I fucking hounded you every day for the first like month and a half after you started smoking.
You did, because you're a good goddamn friend. And then also,
and you just don't fucking listen.
And then also with this, with your PTSD, you know, you were kind of getting like in a shell in your head and getting like kind of, you know, closed off and, you know, getting all, you know, weird thinking and suicidal and shit.
Missing fucking studio days and shit.
Yep. And then you didn't want to be like that anymore. So that's pretty much what you said to me.
Yeah.
And it was almost
down, man.
It was almost the same mind frame as when you quit drinking. You were like, do I really want to live my life like this? No. I'm gonna change it.
Yeah, but this time, like,
now we're changing it up, you know.
But this time, I really broke down. Like, I really like met my fucking like limits and pushed myself to so far beyond my max that like physically, and mentally, I couldn't take it no more, man. Like, if I didn't get it out, I was gonna end my life.
Yeah.
You know. And then like I just came over here one day and just fucking spilled it and like, you know, broke down and shit. But it was like the best feeling ever, man. Like, you know, to finally like get it off my chest and talk about it after almost 9 years of just bottling it in and fucking going to the doctors and telling them the bare minimum. You know, just enough for them to shut up, you know. Yeah. And then still like having all this like
so they wouldn't think you were crazy.
Yeah, because you know, a 72-hour hold turned into a 1 week hold, turned into a 3 week hold, turned into a month, and I was like, "Fuck, man! Yeah. Like, how much longer are they gonna keep me? Like, if I don't shut my mouth, they're just gonna fucking keep me here forever."
Yeah, it's bullshit.
You know? So I just told them what they wanted to hear, and they let me out.
And I'm really glad that I could be here for you.
Yeah, it's better than being locked up in a fucking hospital like an animal.
Yeah.
You know, and just being force-fed fucking drugs to sedate you and shit. Like, literally, I was taking 6 pills 3 times a day in there.
Yeah, what they do is they
keep
you calm. They don't try to fix you. They
Yeah,
just
I
keep
was like,
you sedated.
I was like super zombied out and fucking just like walking around like drilling on myself
Yep.
and shit, sitting in the fucking TV room like
And then when you do come to, you're angry.
yeah,
And you're,
like, what the
thinking
fuck?
about the reason why you're here, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you freak out, and then they come in and they sedate you again.
Give you that shot in the ass and
And then
calm
they
you
could
the
just
fuck
keep
down.
you for like 3 years, and they get paid by the state for
Yep.
having you.
Yep.
And they feed you fucking bare minimum food. That's bullshit. Nobody wants to go
Well,
there.
no. They, the VA. I don't know about other like private hospitals, but the VA was very good. We got
Yeah,
fed.
the VA's good. You don't want to go to like a mental hospital.
But don't like the VA when I was there. Like they overfed my ass. Like I gained weight in that bitch. Like I would wake up and I would eat breakfast. In between breakfast and lunch, they would give you like granola bars and puddings and shit, and then you'd have lunch, and then in between lunch and dinner, you'd have some more like fucking like snacks and shit, like
that's
puddings.
better. That's better than I eat now.
Yeah, and then after dinner, before you go to bed, you take your medicine, and then they give you some more snacks, like more puddings and juices and fucking like cookies and shit. And like,
let me clarify: if you're in the military or you were in the military,
you get treated
and you're
real
dealing
good.
with some shit, go to the VA and they will help you.
Yeah.
So,
like, and you get don't be tripping on like, and if you like because now it's a non-smoke facility. Like when I went there, I was able to smoke, so like they would take us out 4 or 5 times a day to let us smoke. You know what I'm saying? Which was cool. But now, because it is a non-smoke facility, they give you nicotine patches. So don't worry about going through withdrawals and shit. You will not, because they will give you all your medications, and they will give you nicotine patches for smoking and shit, so you're not fiending and going
That's
through
dope.
it.
And those are expensive.
and that's free. It's all free. And
Yeah.
shit. They don't charge shit. And then you get fed really good, and then if you can't sleep, they'll give you some good medicine to sleep and shit. You know.
Oh, yeah.
And then all their doctors are from like UCLA and shit, USC. So they're top notch fucking
and
doctors.
they're all meant to deal with this and not
specifically for that,
and not deal
nothing
with
else.
a bunch of different types of crazy shit.
Yeah, like that ward is their only patients.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have another practice. Like that is their full-time job. So
And-
they're always there for you.
Yeah, and we urge anybody that's dealing with this shit to seek help, because it's not you're
You're not
gonna,
alone, man.
You're not gonna just get locked up and forgotten. Like, these people will help you, and reach out to people, talk to people that have been through it. Hit up Chris, like fucking message Chris.
Yeah, message me, man. Fucking go to DatKilla Chris on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll put the link for his Facebook.
Yeah,
in the
and
description.
you can message me, man. And if you're having hard times, dude, I feel you. I've been there. I'm going through it with you, man.
Yeah.
Like,
or if you've been through this years ago,
yeah, and you can help
message
me
him and
out,
hit him
man.
up.
Fucking help, because I still need help. I'm still looking for people to talk
Yeah,
to.
we're
man.
in the
Like,
we're in the transitionary period right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm still like I'm just beginning to like start my recovery from this and like picking myself up, because I'm like I just recently checked myself in, like try to check myself into the VA and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm still like actively going through these issues. So like if you are another vet, man, and you feel like you can help, hit me up. All like don't be afraid to, man. Like I'll message back and shit, just
Yeah, and it's like I think again, I think you're a hero and an inspiration for talking about this, and making it public what you're going through.
Yeah, man. I
And-
did some fuck shit, and it's like I think my conscience like is now catching up to me for like all the shit that happened over there. Whether it be right or wrong,
Yeah.
it's still
And it's
whatever my beliefs are. That shit don't matter, because your first main thing is to mission complete. Make sure the mission gets done, no matter what it is, and no matter how you get it done. Always get that shit done. Mission comes first.
Yeah,
before
and there's
yourself.
a lot of dirty shit that people don't talk about.
Fuck yeah, man.
And
It's like
I think that you helping other people is gonna have it's gonna create a karmic balance. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
To where if you can help 100 people that are going through some problems, then that's way more than enough positive that you've done.
Yeah, to at least help me with myself, man, because like I need someone, like I need to pick myself up still, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I don't know what else I could say. Just I'm ready to talk. Like hit me up. If not, like hit up the crisis line. We'll have the number and the links on the podcast itself, or you can just re-listen to it. I already said the number, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we'll have it all in there. And like I said, hit him up if you want to talk. And we're gonna be working on the shit. We're gonna be working out, every night.
Yeah, I liked it, man. It was fun working out last night. Like I did some push ups, sit ups, and we walked around, smoked the bowl and shit, and like it released a lot of stress that I had. You know what I'm saying? Like when I got home, I felt relieved and like loose, and I was like, "Whew, man!" I was in a good mood.
It was nice. I slept good.
Yeah, I slept good. I was a little late for the studio this morning and shit.
Yeah.
Like I fucking was good though. Like I took a shower, laid in bed, watched some American Dad, and that was like, shit, man, I feel kind of good right now, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to make that like a everyday routine, man. Like, you know, with or without you, Mikey, I'm just going to go walk around. And I never knew that shortcut was there by it still trips me the fuck out.
Yep.
I've always walked all the way around and shit.
Right through the grass.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's muddy back there. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Hit or miss.
hit or miss. That's what it is.
What ifs.
So, thanks for being here, man, and thank
no
you
doubt,
for
man.
listening out there. If anybody is going through this problem, or if you know anybody,
And also, one tip, if you are not active anymore, then smoke weed, man. You know, weed, like when I'm in a rage and I have panic attacks and flashbacks and shit, or if like I wake up from a nightmare, I'll go outside and I'll take a couple of hits of my bong or my pipe or whatever, and then like it relaxes me, you know what I'm saying? And it
was
helps me
actually,
forget.
I read an article. It was just proven that weed helps with PTSD.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Like smoke that shit,
significantly.
man, because it will mentally help you.
Yeah, do it at
your
home.
mind.
You know, after work when you're
Yeah.
just at home and fucking, you know,
You need to relax.
especially if you have like nightmares and shit. It'll help with
smoke
that.
it before bed, and then you can and then there's also studies. Like, I was going to this one doctor. She would tell me about how you can control your dreams. You know, you can have really lucid dreams. You can control them, and it's like you can inside your dream, like you can go to sleep and you remember like Freddy Krueger movies, right? Where you can just do what you want. Like that was like, you can actually do that shit. And I was like, we read a lot of studies on it, and she was like reading me all this shit and showing me all these facts. And like, you can with the proper training, you can like stop yourself from having these bad dreams, and like you can control them. So like when it happens, you can like stop it, or you can come out on top and not like wake up feeling like shit and covered in sweat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that and then the VA also has it was from the VA that I learned that shit. So
yeah, and this is all. There's professionals that are coming up with new shit and making new things every fucking day.
exactly.
So what you have to do is just reach out, and that's
Yeah.
it. And that's what we found out.
True
you know
that,
what I mean?
True that.
You got to reach out, and you just got to learn about what you're going through. And there's a bunch of
Read
people,
about it.
bunch of people going through it. Also, just read about it.
Read about it.
Read about it.
Just read about it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for
All right.
listening.
All right. we almost got
right.
started into the music right there, but
Almost. That was almost the episode.
almost
Almost
But,
an episode of DatKilla Chris and Mikey Booyah live.
live.
Read about it.
The Natural Habitat Podcast.